Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Lizzie, and for today's video, we're going to be doing a Patreon requested video, which is Ginger Snaps. Alexandria requested that I review this one, so that's what we're going to be doing. Forewarning, spoiler alert, if you have not seen this film, I'm going to be talking about a lot of spoilers, so just a heads up, but if you do choose to stick around and you don't know what Ginger Snaps is about, it is about these two sisters who have this death/suicide pact, which you find out within the first few minutes of the film, so it's not like a huge spoiler. And at this point, the older sister, Ginger, who is just about to turn 16, she is a bit more into this pact than her older sister. You kind of realize that she is guilt-tripping Bridget, the younger sister, into keeping this pact. At one point in the very beginning of the film, they're having this conversation where Bridget even says, like, yeah, we made that pact when we were 8, like, but Ginger's just, like, stuck with it, and so she's really just pushing Bridget into that, and it really just shows you the dynamic of their relationship right from the beginning, that Ginger is way more in control. Now, you also find out that even though both of these sisters are nearly 16, that neither of them have started their period, which I know for some people it's a new topic, but that's what the film is about. But Ginger does end up starting hers, and the same night that she starts hers, she gets attacked by a werewolf. It's obviously attracted to the smell of blood, and that is really like what this film is about. It uses the idea of becoming a werewolf in correlation with a woman starting her period, or just puberty in general. One thing that I feel like, which I feel like most people know that about this film, and I love that there's other films that play with that idea as well, but I love the way that this film does it, and something that I don't think enough people, quite enough people talk about, is the fact that it's not just Ginger. So at one point, Ginger ends up turning a fellow classmate who is male, and he ends up going through his own struggles, and they kind of use they use the werewolf, his transformation as werewolf, in correlation with male hormones and them going through puberty as well, which I think is also awesome, because if you're gonna have a feminist film, you gotta include everybody, and that's really what this film is. It really is like a feminist-driven film, and it's so good. And even just like the graphics of it, just the slow way in which Ginger kind of progresses, the werewolf cycle progresses along with her monthly cycle as well. Like, really, this film really is genius in that way. They really correlate everything. And so throughout the month after Ginger has been bitten, she slowly starts to get to this transformation until, of course, full moon night, where she has a full-on transformation. And of course, Bridget is spending the time trying to figure out how to help her sister fix her, and Ginger just kind of goes back and forth. At first, she kind of accepts what's happened, really like takes it in, uses it to her own benefit, but then once things start to get worse, and she starts to actually harm other people and creatures, she no longer wants this curse. She really wants to kind of try to fix herself, but then as she gets even closer to the full moon and transforming, kind of monster side of her that's getting more intense, she's no longer wants to change. She kind of starts to give in, feel like she can't change, but Bridget's still trying to help her and fix her. And it's really like a correlation of these two characters' personalities. Like I said in the beginning of the film, You have Ginger, who's like ready to do this pact. She's ready to kind of, for them both to die and get out. And Bridget's kind of like, well, you know, I didn't really take the pact so seriously. I just thought it was just a thing that we said and think it was something we were really going through. And by the end of the film, you actually have, at one point, Ginger tells Bridget, like, at one point towards the end of the film, you have Ginger actually trying to convince Bridget to just join her, become one of her, they can have their own pact again, and she says to Bridget, I would have died for you, and she says, no, you said you would die with me because you had nothing else to do, which I think is a great and really underrated line in this film that I absolutely love. But in the final fight scene between the two characters, between these two sisters, when Ginger is in full-on werewolf mode and Bridget's trying to help her still, you have Bridget tell Ginger, like, I'm not dying in this room with you, like, I'm not gonna die. And I love that because it's her finally standing up for herself by the end of this film. Again, you have Ginger in the beginning trying to manipulate her and convince her and say, like, we had this pact, so you have to do it because we agreed upon it, and Bridget being like, about it, and by the end of the film she's like, no, I'm not doing it, I don't want to do it, I'm not gonna die here with you. And it's so good, but I will say this film does kind of leave you with a bit of a cliff ending. You don't really know exactly what happens after the final moments of this film. I know that there are sequels to this. I have not seen either of them yet, so I might have to check those ones out as well, and maybe get back to you guys with my feelings on those ones. But I love this film. I think it's so good. Such a great feminist film. And I love when a horror film is more than just a horror film and it really has like an underlining meaning within the film. So if you have seen Ginger Snaps, let me know what your thoughts are on it in the comments below. If you did enjoy this, please do give it a big old thumbs up. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button for more horror-related content. And before I go, a quick shout out to the rest of my Patreons. Thank you guys so much for helping to contribute to the channel. If you know the perks of being Patreon, links are in the description below, along with all of my other social media. And I will see you guys again later with another video.